What were the reasons given to conquer the Aztecs? The reasons given by the conquerors? The Triple Alliance, wrongfully known as the Aztec Empire, was the most powerful nation in the region of our old world, and as such, in order to vanquish such a powerful nation, it required a coalition of forces to bulk up all the military they could gather. The alliance was made up of Spanish, Tlaxcaltecas, Ñañú, Huexotzincas, and Cholulteca forces. After months of siege and bloody urban and naval warfare, the Hispanic-Indigenous Coalition finally destroyed Mexico Tenochtitlan, the Huexotzincas, the main high capital of the Triple Alliance, and thus marked the beginning of centuries of conquests made against native nations from Canada to Argentina. It was a major milestone marked for both our old world and for our new world as well, such as Europe, Africa, and Asia. So what was the reasoning behind those who brought this fateful blow that changed the course of history for everyone in this planet? The Hispanic-Indigenous Coalition were the victors, and both sides, the European and the Anahuac, had their own reasons to obliterate the Mexica Aztecs, and from their point of view, it was worth the war. Let's start with the European side. Even though the Hispanic-Indigenous Alliance, which brought down the Mexica Aztecs, never changed for centuries, the Hispanics continually changed their agenda behind the destruction of the Mexica Aztec state. What was first a mistake, risen from the Tenochtitlan massacre perpetrated by the Hispanics, then was changed to find richness and treasures. Then Cortes changed it to be his personal mission to bring upon a new world order unto the Anahuac. He was on his way to his idealistic plans until Cortes was stopped by order of Emperor Charles V. The reason now became a hands-on religious conquest, where all lands would be controlled by the empire or the church, and the souls of the people liberated by Christianity. As time passed, the reason of the occupation in the Americas changed back to the exploitation of minerals and the worldwide monopoly of the production of certain goods. In the early 19th century, the Hispanics changed again their reasoning to remain in the Americas, which was now to create independent republics based on European forms of government to continue overseeing and protecting the people. And finally, today, the reasoning behind the Europeans to remain in the Anahuac is to bring jobs and progress through cheap labor and import-export monopoly with foreign markets only. Judging how much they changed of mind, one can deduce that either they had no concrete reason to vanquish the Mexica Aztecs, or they had ulterior motives which never openly gave. Now the reasons the native side for annihilating the Mexica Aztecs. The reasoning behind the native side of the Hispanic-Indigenous Alliance was to avenge and ultimately stop the war-mongering Mexica Aztecs, who in a couple of centuries have had established a militaristic machine as never before seen. Although wars existed for millennia in our old world, the dissenting nations believed the Mexica Aztecs broke several codes by engaging in wars that had no sacred goal or need for resources, but only political and commercial motives. This enmity brought upon their drive to take out the Mexica Aztecs for good.